Hi there, Andrew here. I love to be entertained, but I have no patience. So I give every new show I watch only one episode to hook me. Welcome to Debut Review. Today, I will be looking at the very first episode of. What am I watching? Battle Athletes Victory Restart. So, with a title like that, you might think restart. Is this a reboot? Remake? I would assume so. Is Battle Athletes a property that existed previously to restart? Yeah. Yeah. I've seen it. I enjoyed it because I have the OAVs and I have the TV series. So these are from the late '90s. They're pretty good. I like them. It's a sports anime. Title kind of gives it away. Battle Athletes. Remember American Gladiators, where you'd have a bunch of fit athletes doing all kinds of really ridiculous physical competitions. It's kind of like that. So let's Battle Athletes Victory Restart. So it sounds like they're going to be redoing the television. So the difference between the two is the OAV, as I recall, was the main championship to determine who is the Cosmic Beauty. And then the TV series was essentially that, but it started a little bit earlier with all of the kids on the planet, because I think it takes place on a space station or the moon or something like that. And in the TV series, it starts in the high school or the college, the preliminary rounds, and our main characters have to work their way up to where they start at the Cosmic Beauty Stadium in space. So, with Restart, I'm guessing it's just going to be a remake of the show. So, all right. Aspiring athletes from around the galaxy gather to compete in a tournament where the winner will be crowned the Cosmic Beauty. What begins as rivalry grows into friendship among the athletes, including a lunar refugee and her kangaroo companion. Kangaroo? Lunar. Isn't that Chris Christopherson? um. No. 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 Yeah, her. Is her name on here anywhere? If I remember correctly, it was like Christopherson, something like that. And she had a cow, Jubei. Jubei? I think it was Jubei. Because she was from the moon, and she needed moo moo milk. So, a lunar refugee and her kangaroo companion. Okay, we're switching it up a bit, or I'm completely misremembering everything. The daughter of an arms-dealing CEO, a mysterious loner, well, that could be a bunch of people, and Earth's representative, ellipsis, a humble potato farmer named Kanata Akahoshi. Wasn't her name like Akiri or something? Akari. Kanzaki. Akari Kanzaki. Yeah. Yeah. Looks like the same main character to me. Kanata Akahoshi. Okay, well, looks like the same character, but apparently has a new name, or it's referring to someone else, or the description got it wrong. Who the hell knows? So, Battle Athletes Victory Restart. Let, let's see how it is. Well, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. It's not good at all. In fact, it's kind of leaning towards bad. Granted, this is just the first episode. Maybe it's just a first episode stumble and it gets better, but I really don't think I'll be watching episode 2. But I will always have the, the 6 episode OVA and the 26 episode TV series, which, I mean, it's been 20 years since I've watched them. Maybe I would think they suck now. But, so why didn't this work for me, you might ask? Well, let me get the superficial stuff out of the way. I think that the human body can be quite attractive. In fact, I think particular portions of the human body are especially attractive. Yes, I indeed enjoy a nice butt and other parts. But I don't need every single character introduced to me ass first, show. They have butts. They're very lovely. I have a butt. Not as lovely, although I do have underwear that makes it look fantastic. Stop introducing your characters ass first. Yes, I know, you introduced one character breasts first. Same criticism applies. I like breasts too. No need to introduce characters that way. It makes me think you don't really care about the characters. I don't recall. I mean, this is, they're wearing high-cut leotards. So, I mean, there was certainly sex appeal in the first, as there is with any athlete. Most athletic competitions feature outfits that are tight and revealing. And since athletes are, generally speaking, physically fit and attractive, well, that just stacks up to sexy, don't it? So, I mean, it's kind of difficult to have attractive, fit people in workout and athletic wear and it not be sexy. But I don't recall these original, the original OAVs in the TV series being this leering. Were there butt and boob shots in the original series? I'm sure there were. But, man. Stop it, show. Bad show. Bad show. Is that the reason the show didn't work for me? No. So, this appears to be following a little bit more closely with the OAV, where, I'm sorry, her name is something completely different for, I don't know why, because it's exactly the same character design. Although I don't remember the original being this hopelessly incompetent and klutzy. I mean, athletically awesome, but just constantly tripping, can't find where she's going, gets on the wrong bus, is incredibly awkward, blah, 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 blah. To the point where it's just annoying and you kind of start not liking her. Hey, you remember Green Lantern, how Hal Jordan is out on a nature walk and then a spaceship crashes next to him and a purple alien is like, you'll do. Here, take this ring and be a guardian of the galaxy. Not a guardian of the galaxy, a Green Lantern. And he says, let me check my schedule. Okay. That seems to be the setup here. Um, no, whatever her name is, she finds an alien crashed in the field who says, "You must go become the Cosmic Beauty." And she says, "Let me check my schedule." Yeah, okay, I could do that. And then she dies or just disappears before giving what's her face, our protagonist, a yellow handkerchief, hair scrunchie, wristband. Not sure what she gave her. Is it just a poorly drawn package? Is there something inside? I'm not sure what she gave her. But our protagonist runs off to get help. They come back. She's missing. So she enters the Earth prelims and wins, and she can go to space and compete in the Cosmic Beauty competition. Oh, where is she? Yeah, she's in here. Christopher, whatever her name was in the original show. It's like Chris Smith. They just changed her family name, and instead of a cow, she has a kangaroo with boxing gloves. She's still from the moon. She's only in there for like 10 seconds, so who knows what they're doing with the character. Not a problem, I'm just pointing that out. Let me see. Yeah, I think that's her mom. Which character am I looking for? Now they're all mixed up, and I've got to. I don't know. Who cares? So one of the characters. So she meets she's trying to find the right bus, and she finds another character who yells at her because she's like offering to. Because our protagonist trips, and she picks her up in a way that doesn't. She's like falling over backwards, and she grabs her wrist, which is extended out behind her, and that keeps her up. It's weird. But anyway, she catches her from falling, and it's like, "Thank you. Hey, let me carry you back." "No! You will not pity me!" It's like, okay, geez, what the hell? Where did that come from? So after getting on the wrong bus and running all the way back, she finds school, and then she runs into this person again, and they're like, "Hey, you need a roommate, and I don't have one, so you want to be roommates?" And she says, "Okay, cool." And the girl who was like, "Don't pity me," she says, "But are you sure you want to be roommates with someone like me?" "Like what? With a body like mine?" And she picks up her leg like she's pointing to her leg, and I'm like, you have exactly the same body as every other character in this entire place. I genuinely had no idea what the hell she was going for, what she's referring to. I'm like, is she supposed to be like lacking muscle tone or particularly thin? Because again, the only differentiating factor between any of these characters are hair color, height, and bust size. That's it. They all have exactly the same bodies. So I don't know what about her body she's referring to, because she has exactly the same body as protagonist girl. So they run into another girl who's being a stuck-up meanie pants, who's like, "I will defend my friend's honor, and if I win, you have to leave the school, and if you win, I have to leave the school," or something like that. So, being that this is battle athletes, what amazing, outlandish feat of strength or athletic competition are... Beep, beep. Athletic competition are they going to perform? Arm wrestling. That's it. Arm wrestling. This is battle athletes. You're just gonna arm wrestle? What? So our protagonist wins and says, "No, you don't need to leave. Let's make up and be friends. Yay." And then it's like, "Why are you arm?" And then her friend, who's gesturing at her leg and her body and stuff, is like, why are you, why did you arm wrestle in my stead? Is it my body again? I'm like, what are you talking about? And our protagonist says, no, because your arm is prosthetic, right? So I didn't want any rumors to get around that you cheated using a prosthetic arm to win at arm wrestling. And I suddenly flashed back to two scenes that were pointing out a bracelet and like a leg garter that she's wearing. Oh, those are seams between her limb and her prosthetic. So she has a prosthetic hand, apparently not an arm, but that's not a bracelet, that's a seam where her prosthetic hand fits to her arm, and the one on her leg is or left leg rather, is where her prosthetic leg fits to the thigh that she has. Oh, that's what she was referring to. Okay, that was completely unclear. You know, like whatever the gal at the beginning of the show was handing to protagonist girl. Not sure what that was, but protagonist, that alien that crashed and said, "Hey, Hal Jordan, become a Green Lantern." She said, "Okay." She shows up at the school. Doesn't seem to recognize her, remember what the hell she's talking about, but she's there. And our protagonist says, "Remember, you gave me the thing, and I wear the headband every day." I'm like, wait, it's a headband? Or she says it's a, I think she just refers to it as this band that she wears every day. But again, she's wearing she's wearing a headband, which the thing she gave her didn't appear to be large enough to be a headband. So, is it the wrist bands? Looked like it could have been, but it looked like it was only one wristband. Again, it's not at all clear what the hell's going on, or what they're referring to, or what things are, which makes it a very frustrating watch. These are just some examples. Protagonist girl is looking around trying to find like the admissions office or something. She's like, hello? And then the next scene, she's crawling on the ground, crawling around like a counter in a library or something, going, hello? I'm like, why are you on the ground? And the next scene, she's standing upright again. It's like, what are you doing? So there appears to be a cabal of bad guys who sit around a table in dark, poorly lit rooms and plot the Illuminati or something. And they, I guess, are going to be the bad guys who are going to get and throw a wrench in the whole cosmic beauty competition thing. So I guess this is going to tie into the alien girl who crashed near protagonist girl's potato farm at the beginning and gave her the Green Lantern ring. They're like, I don't feel that's needed. That feels like, we're going to do something different. We're going to change some of the character names for no reason. I mean, it's okay to, it's restart. We're restarting. We're doing something new. We're going to change the character names. We're going to switch out a cow for a kangaroo. We're going to add in a shadowy cabal. Maybe it ends up being cool and dramatic, but it just made me go, So, yeah, I was expecting to like this, I'll be honest, because, I mean, I like battle athletes. I'm like, hey, more battle athletes. Battle athletes is just fun. This was not. It was not fun. The characters were, in addition to just not likable, really confusing. None of the athletics were interesting. As I mentioned, the two girls settled their differences. Shokugeki! We're just going to arm wrestle. I mean, imagine if you watched Shokugeki no Soma, for the cooking one. Food Wars? Whatever the hell they call it. Imagine, I challenge you to a Shokugeki. It's like, okay, what are we making? Chocolate milk. I mean, maybe they'd come up with. I mean, that could be a challenge. You know, make the most amazing gourmet chocolate milk ever. That actually might work. So bad analogy. Never mind. So what are they? What is the Earth prelims that she's competing at the beginning? It's just a foot race. Regular foot race. I mean, it does terminate in having to climb up the side of a very tall mountain, but with huge weights strapped to your butt? No, you're just free climbing. Do you have to make like Sisyphus and push a boulder up the? No, you just climb. No, it's just regular run and regular climb up a cliff. Well, that's boring. So, I mean, hopefully the events become more outlandish and interesting and more battle athletes-y in subsequent episodes, but I'm not going to stick around to see it. And that makes me sad. Because this is the only anime available to watch. There's just nothing else. No other. This is the only one. If only I lived in a world with options, where there were other cartoons I could watch.